Me? I'm Nora. Now my name is Athena. I'm stronger. I'm different.
It looks like you're good for nothing X now. Hey, loser.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. Ambrose.
How could you do that?
Father, calm down.
You have disgraced yourself. You have disgraced our entire family.
But please, it's not my fault.
Well, that's just a glimpse into the world of audio entertainment, where entrepreneurs Rohan Nayak and Nishanth KS, alongside their tech partner Prateek Dixit, have crafted a revolution. Their brainchild, Pocket FM, isn't just another streaming service. It is a game changer. It certainly promises to be one. With blockbusters like Saving Nora and Insta Millionaire racking up nearly 2 billion views and a staggering $50 million at the box office. But here's the twist. You won't find these hits on Netflix or Prime Video. They're exclusively on Pocket FM, an Indian audio series platform that's taking the global stage by storm and is attempting to rewrite the rules of the OTT game. Now, founded in 2018, the platform has evolved into a powerhouse, boasting over 100,000 hours of audio content, over 2,000 exclusive series, and a diverse range of languages, including Spanish and German. What's more, Pocket FM's reach isn't limited to India, with over 130 million listeners worldwide, including 10 million dedicated fans in the US. The platform's annual revenue has skyrocketed from zero to over $150 million in just 2 years. And get this, 100 million of that comes from non-diaspora audiences in the US alone. Indian entrepreneurs are certainly building consumer products that don't exist anywhere else, and Pocket FM is playing the conductor of the building from India from the world symphony. But this success didn't come easy. Pocket FM faced its fair share of challenges, especially when it comes to monetization. Yet, with bold moves like microtransactions, unprecedented in the entertainment world, the startup has thrived, witnessing over 20 million transactions globally in 2023 alone. But the journey is just starting. With the recent $100 million funding led by Lightspeed, Pocket FM is gearing up for its next chapter, strengthening its foothold in the US market and expanding into Europe and Latin America. That's just the beginning. So what's next on the playlist for these audacious entrepreneurs? Hello and welcome to Young Turks, India's longest running show on startups and entrepreneurship. I'm Shireen Bhan, and joining me now to answer that question, Rohan Nayak, the co-founder and CEO of Pocket FM, and Nishanth KS, the co-founder and COO at Pocket FM. Rohan, Nishanth, many thanks for joining us here on Young Turks. You know, your story is really what Young Turks has been about for the last 22 years. Category creators is what we focused on, and I'm glad to see that we've introduced you here on the program. Rohan, I'm going to start by talking to you because good things do happen in the Delhi Metro. That's where the idea of Pocket FM came about. But, you know, from the inception in 2018 to where you find yourselves today, and in your own words, you've seen, what, about 10 pivots before you've actually been able to get the product market fit right. What has this journey taught you so far, Rohan?
Thanks, Srini. Thanks for having me here. You know, from the Delhi Metro, when I remember talking to Nishanth about this. I was commuting from Gurgaon to Noida, and it was like a terrible 3-hour commute every day, and I was just getting bored. Like, it was like, all I had was some audiobooks and podcasts, and I was just genuinely getting bored, and I didn't know what I'll do. And then I think we started discussing, and we realized that while video has seen a lot of innovation in the entertainment space, from short video to long form video like Netflix, TikTok, audio really hasn't seen any innovation in the entertainment space. So when me and Nishanth sort of started Pocket FM, the vision was to create an audio entertainment platform, but we didn't really know what that is. It's pretty broad. What we realized was that we need to find a new category. I mean, we needed to find a new format. Any new category of entertainment needs a new format. Like, for instance, short video had innovated on a new format where you can have background music and you can, lip sync on it. So we realized that let's just focus on what would work in audio entertainment. And frankly, we realized that let's think from first principles. Audio storytelling as an art form is as old as it gets, right? It's not as if it's not a new innovation really from a point of entertainment. So we felt that I think what really works when you're trying to create a new category is just first principle thinking and keep iterating. And it's very important while you're iterating to sometimes just take a step back and sort of wonder, am I in the right direction? Frankly, we started with just this is very like we did like 10 pivots, lots and lots of experiments. None of them used to work, but we never lost hope because, like as I said, the fundamental belief was that audio storytelling as an art form will work. It has to exist. So that sort of led us to audio series, which we sort of figured out.
As I pointed out, that they have created the category of serialized fiction in audio, and that is what Pocket FM is hoping to take forward and amplify. But Nishanth, going back to what Rohan just said, in a world of Reels and TikTok and Netflix and Prime Video, what gave you the courage, the conviction to believe that audio will work? Yes, you've iterated. Yes, you've made 10 pivots. You've gone from user-generated content to creating more professional content and many other changes that you brought in over the course of the last 4 years of being in operation. But, I want to understand from you, where did that conviction that audio will work in a world where video seems to be everything, where did that come from?
Yeah, I think so, Shireen. So it started off. I was working at like Jio7, right? So the audio use cases always exist in your lifestyle. You know, be it commuting, the traditional ones being like while I'm walking, while I'm commuting. But the lot of this use cases where people would listen when their eyes are busy, ears are free. That's what an audio use case, right? We knew that audio use cases. It's a very big opportunity. I think the conviction came in that we have a very limited catalog of content, which is either music or podcast, right? And if you bring in entertainment and couple that with a serialized format of long form storytelling, that's where I think the unlock happened. Because in audio, the exploration is not so easy, right? In short video, I can just swipe up a reel. But the reason long form audio works is, once I'm hooked onto the story, I would love to listen to that every day. It becomes your daily listening habit. And what you found is there are a lot of use cases in your lifestyle, be it on the go, while I'm doing some household chores, or it could be while I'm working, right? Like, it would be like, for example, a lot of shopkeepers use it like while they're in the shop when they have the light period. So I think a lot of these interesting use cases come up, and that's where the conviction came in that if we given a right format of content, and in entertainment category, it's going to be a huge opportunity in terms of matching a content with a use case. And that's what you've done at using audio series.
I like the way that you've put it. If your eyes are busy and ears are free, that's the gap that you decided to fulfill as far as the marketplace is concerned. But Rohan, I want to come back to you, because what is also unusual about the Pocket FM story is the audacity to not just build in India for India, but the audacity to build for the world from day one. I mean, you were convinced that this was a product that you could take outside of India pretty much from day one. How did that come about? And now explain to me what the ambition is as far as the US market is concerned, which in many ways is the mother market as far as consumer products are concerned.
Yeah, Shireen, I think when we were building Pocket, I think it was very clear what we're trying to build doesn't exist anywhere else, right? It was not as if an audio entertainment, an audio series platform existed somewhere else, and we were trying to build an Indian version of it. And so we actually decided to leverage India to create playbooks. Because if you think about, when we started thinking about our global plans, we realized we could have, expanded to US back in 2019 as well. But what we realized is we don't really have a playbook for building this business. And what better market that we'll ever find to build this playbook in India, because you can build large-scale content growth and product playbooks and monetization playbooks in India at scale, right, at a fraction of the cost, frankly, and sort of then expand to other markets. So when I think 2021, end of 2021, when we realized that we're onto something special here, we had scaled 10x in monthly active users back in 2021, is when we realized that I think we have a playbook. And it's not as if what we figured out will only work in India. It will work in US and Europe and other parts of the world. And so we said that, let's do a pilot, right? Let's do a pilot in the US. I mean, the only thing that changes in the product is the content. The content is for American audiences. And I think when we launched the pilot, we saw overwhelming response. Our engagement time in the US is 135 minutes per user per day. And we were very clear, end of 2021 that, this is going to be a global innovation. There's going to be a new category globally. And we want to be a sort of a global audio series platform. Yes, we started in India, but we can actually build for the world. What our ambitions right now are that US is doing really well. We have it's become one of the largest markets for Pocket FM, and now we're very confident that we now started launching in UK, in Germany, in Brazil, and we'll probably launch 10 more markets by end of this year in Europe. So we feel that this opportunity is global. It's sort of like, there's going to be an early mover advantage here that you'd want to capture.
Yes, I would imagine that you certainly do want to capture on that early mover advantage. It's nice, Rohan and Nishanth, not to have to hear that we're India's answer to Instagram Reels or we're India's answer to TikTok. And, we've seen that, or Facebook or what have you. We've seen that play out so often. So it's really refreshing to hear that you are, of course, building a product that truly is global and you're taking it international. But, Nishanth, I want to talk about a conversation that I had with Harsha Kumar at Lightspeed. Lightspeed, of course, has been one of your initial backers, your big supporters with funding. And what Harsha said was very clear, that it wasn't just your conviction in the product, but it was also how you intended to optimize on the monetization challenge, which has been a challenge as far as this format is concerned in general. Explain to me, what you've been able to do differently in order for you to break that monetization hump that a lot of people face.
Oh, I think that's right, Shireen. I think so. As Rohan mentioned, we discovered the category in 2019. It took us almost 2 years to sort of figure out the whole monetization strategy, right? So we have done a lot of experiments. We have tried subscription, traditional way of doing monthly, yearly, and everything we've tried, nothing worked. I think so. The key insights, we went back to users and did a lot of research. What we found was the the entry barrier was very high in subscription, right? So, we were asking them to do like half year or annual subscription priced at 599 or 799, and that was the key factor in users not paying for the content. And in microtransactions, that entry of barrier is it's like most of the transactions are between, in India it's generally between 9 rupees to 29 rupees. In US is generally between 2 to 10, right? So it's very convenient in that sense. And another innovation on top of that is we added a freemium business model. So it's like you pay only when you need to pay. So you can listen to the Saving Nora entire story for free. We give you like 2 to 3 episodes every day, but if you want to listen more episodes, you have to pay. So I think that convenience of paying whenever I want to pay, on top of microtransactions, has been the major innovation which led to that habit formation of users starting to pay for the content. And that has been it's like a flywheel, right? So you sort of get the user to form that habit, and then it just keeps repeating. And we have users who makes like 12 to 15 transactions a month, right? All small ticket transactions, and that's a unique innovation that we have figured out.
Rohan, I want to come back to you, since we're talking about content creation, and especially as you talk about content creation in the context of addressing different global markets. On the back end, how are you using technology, specifically AI, etc., to build out your content pipeline, to build out your content library? What kind of insights are you getting in terms of inputs, and how are you also using AI ML for the output?
Actually, I think, as a business, we're actually in the business of finding great stories. We're in the business of finding these unique, unheard stories from all around the world and making it available to our listeners. So that's the core business we are in. Now, we believe that our heart of our business is a writer community, and which we're trying to empower to create these audio series. So, I think generative AI is going to be a step jump in enabling these writers to create high quality audio content. So, traditionally, what we've always done is we have enabled writers, we have connected these writers with voice artists, right? And they can then sort of work together to create an audio series. That's how it has always been done. But of course, now generative AI came in, and what we fundamentally believe is going to change this landscape completely. Because if you think about it, we have lots and lots of talented writers all around the world who want a platform where they can distribute their stories without any gatekeeper. They don't need to go to someone, or let's say a publisher, or go to a producer to have their stories get the distribution either in the form of a book or a movie or a TV show. We believe that now with AI voice, right? It's creating an audio series for a writer is just clicking a button, right? A writer needs to just focus on their story, on the script, which is actually the most important part of an audio series. And then you can find, your AI voice that you like, and that's it. You have an audio series, right? So with the innovation that we're seeing in generative AI, it's going to get more and it's going to get easier for writers to actually create high quality content. It's not like, I think how technology has always enabled creators to create high quality content, be it a smartphone camera, which enabled, creators to shoot high quality videos or take amazing photos. Generative AI is going to be a step jump in that direction, where it's going to shift the balance of power to individual creators and production houses, where anyone in the world can create a high quality audio series. So this is one way where generative AI is going to impact, the creator community and us as a business, because it just unlocks so much value for the writer community. Secondly, we believe that generative AI, AI as a whole, is also helping us in predicting blockbusters. So at the end of the day, any entertainment business relies on great stories and blockbusters, right? And frankly, me and Nishant, we were very clear. We want to build a system which is able to predict blockbusters than making it a subjective process, right? So AI has helped us directly to find patterns, to send signals from our users, from social media, and detect what story has the potential to become a blockbuster. Frankly, when you think about our growth journey, it's not just been about finding a new category, monetization. It's also been able to finding these Insta Millionaire and saving Nora out of a sea of stories that could potentially exist. And so that, I think, is one sort of key lever, a blockbuster engine that we call AI blockbuster engine, that has helped us scale tremendously. And of course, I think this is the more content production part. We are also using AI to recommend the right content to the right users, because this is a long form content. So you need to be writing your recommendations, right? All of us know, right? We think so much before starting a new movie or a new TV series, because we don't know if it's going to be good. So you have to be accurate recommendation. So that's another sort of, I would say, area where we're using AI quite extensively.
So that's the tech that's driving, in your words, the blockbuster engine. But let's also talk about the people. What's the size of the team? What's the size of the community of writers that you're working with? What's the ambition and the aspiration there? And more importantly, as you now look to launch in 10 other global markets, what kind of capital are you looking to work with? Are you on the cusp of tying up more funding? That's what the reports seem to suggest at this point in time, Nishant.
Uh, right. I think so. We have like a community of 2.5 lakh writers, one of the largest in the industry right now, and so we are growing that. Every day, new writers are starting to write, and we have in terms of the employee base, we have close to 1,000 uh, between India and US, and uh, naturally, as we expand to Europe and other markets, we are hiring more people in product, in tech, in content, across all the functions, right? So on the capital, I think another great part about our business is we have really high gross margins, right? And which helps us have great unit economics, right? So the funding is it's it's definitely helping us scale faster. But the sort of the goal now is to perfect our content, the blockbuster engine, as Rohan mentioned, which is the crucial part in scaling, and go to more markets and take advantage of that first more advantage. And I think capital, we have a lot of interest in the market, so we want to see like how the needs of the business are, and sort of take that opportunity. So as of now, the goal is to like sort of blitz scale, go to most of the markets in Europe, and go deeper in US and India.
Okay, so that blitzkrieg is going to require plenty of ambition, drive, as well as a fair degree of capital, I would imagine. You didn't clarify whether you are tying any more funding up at this point in time, Nishanth, but let me try my luck with Rohan. So, Rohan, as you scale, and as you scale at speed, which is the ambition at this point in time, what are we talking about, and what are the specific goals in terms of numbers that you've set out for yourself at Pocket FM?
So Shireen, I think, as Nishant was pointing out, we are a high gross margin business. And while we have scaled from 0 to 150 million ARR in 2 years, we have done that sustainably, right? And that's the reason, frankly, even in this market, we have been able to attract a lot of investors, because we have scaled sustainably, and the growth rate has been, what it has been. So we're still growing very strong, right? We're still growing 40% quarter on quarter right now, more than 40% quarter on quarter. I believe that we believe this momentum to continue. From an ambition point of view, I believe that we feel that we'll be the largest audio series platform, and frankly, we can be much larger than music. And I think the way to think about this category is, you think about video entertainment, how big that has become. For users, we're just a new entertainment category. Our users don't think of it as audio, right? I mean, why they're really using Pocket FM is because of the stories we have, and it's a new way to consume entertainment, right? So I think if you think from a point of view of scale, we think it's going to be just like very, very early right now. And I think the idea is that, with the current catalog of content, we've been able to scale so much. And frankly, the biggest problem and the challenge in this category is you need more and more high quality content. If you think about video, you've had decades of content being created, be it movies and TV series, right?
Yeah.
So we're just getting started here. And just with this small set of catalog, we've been able to drive, such traction. So I believe that it's just, a long way to go, but it's going to be, we believe if you think about entertainment 5 years from now, it's going to be movies, TV series, and audio series. That's how I think about it.
Well, so the headroom for growth is substantial. This is just the beginning, as Rohan is pointing out. But Nishanth, let me end by asking you. Harsha, of course, did also say that the two of you have absolute clarity in not just your vision, but also in the trajectory of where you expect this business to be over the next few years. So to just take Rohan's point forward, what is the aspiration that you've set for yourself over the next few years? And any specific iterations at this point in time, or innovations that you're working on that you're excited about? Perhaps by the end of 2024, we could see you make some more innovations being introduced into the market. What's the next short-term goal?
Right. So I think the North Star for the company right now is to blitz scale and capture most of the markets. We started with US. Now we are going to Europe. Very soon we'll also go into the Southeast Asian markets and Middle East as well. So the North Star that we have is to get to 1 billion ARR, right? So I think we hope to achieve that by 2025. Probably sooner as well. And so while we do that, I think the next big thing that we're also working on, Shireen, is we have launched recently another format of storytelling, which is the Pocket Novel platform. That is going to be, while we did audio, we started off our genesis with audio. We realized that there is a large opportunity even in the reading format as well. So I think 2024 is going to be the year where the Pocket Novel is also going to be a platform that will break out and start growing in both India and US. So I think that's been our journey, and you'll probably hear more news on that Pocket Novel platform.
That's a wonderful way of wrapping things up. Rohan Nayak, Nishanth, many thanks for joining us here on Young Turks on CNBC TV 18. We wish the two of you and your team the very best of luck in your global aspiration and ambition. And we look forward to hearing much more from you on Young Turks. That's a wrap on this special edition of Young Turks as we talk to the founders of Pocket FM. There's a lot more coming up right here on CNBC TV 18. Stay tuned. We're back in a moment.